Here's a quick example of how to calculate an employee's hours worked. So here we have a 5-day timesheet for an employee named Adam, who is contracted to 40 hours per week at $30.58 per hour. And these are the hours that he's worked between Monday and Friday. How can we quickly calculate how many hours he worked for the week and how much he needs to be paid? Before we get into it, please make sure to hit subscribe below for more Excel tips. Okay, so to calculate the number of hours for Monday, we can use the modulo function on Excel, which shortens to mod in the formula. The syntax for mod inside the brackets is number and then divisor. Here, our number is going to be the end time minus the beginning time to find the difference between the two, and our divisor will be 1. We need to close the mod function and then multiply the function by 24 or 24 hours. The number format for this result might show a time. If it does, you just need to change the format to number or something other than time. We can apply that formula down for Tuesday through Friday as well. And now we can see that Adam has worked 43 3/4 hours. Excellent. Now we can also see that Adam is contracted to 40 hours per week at $30.58 per hour, and that he gets 1.5 times that amount for overtime. So let's calculate how many regular hours he's done and how many overtime hours he's done. Here, we can use the minimum function, which shortens to min. We want the minimum number of hours between Adam's contracted hours and how many he actually worked. In this case, he's worked 43.75 hours, so we only want 40 hours reflected in this. In this case, we should use the maximum function, which shortens to max. The overtime hours worked should be the maximum of total hours worked minus the contracted hours worked, or else 0. The reason we should include 0 in our max calculation is so that if Adam has completed less than his contracted hours, the overtime hours worked won't calculate as a negative number. Then we can find the total amount for each, and then the sum. Adam's ordinary wage is equal hours worked multiplied by his hourly wage. And his overtime is overtime hours worked multiplied by his hourly wage multiplied by the overtime multiplier. Add these two numbers together and we can find how much Adam needs to be paid for the period. And that's how to calculate a timesheet on Excel. Please hit subscribe for more Excel tips.